Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. It is that time of the week once again, which means we have a brand new online lap time challenge. And well, this time around it feels like the most perfect combination possible. The SF23 Super Formula taking on the mighty Suzuka. So let's have a look then. This is the lap time challenge at Suzuka circuit, of course featuring the SF23 Super Formula, both the Toyota and Honda variants. Now in terms of this lap time challenge, it will end around about the 20th of March. Now in terms of the typical rewards, it's 3%, 5% and 10% for payouts. In terms of the track, of course it's Suzuka, and the entry period I've already mentioned. However, in terms of the usable tyres, it's racing softs with prohibited wide body. Regulations and specified car are of course both variants of the SF23. BOP is set to mid-speed. You can use both a garage car and event specified vehicle here. Car settings are specified, track limits are normal, and both penalty settings are set to invalidate your lap time. So let's get into some general tips then, shall we? So of course for this portion of the video I will be taking you through some very general tips and tricks to hopefully give you an overview on how to get quicker here. Now I'm by no means the fastest driver in the world, however I feel like these should help you. Now honestly, traction control and counter steering assist here may actually work in your favour, especially if you are not entirely confident with this car. Admittedly it does have a habit of both variants trying to snap on the exit of corners, and this will completely reduce it. However, I would pick one or the other. For me, counter steering assist is just a little bit quicker than getting bogged down with traction control, but again the choice is completely yours. Next up, manual transmission. I fully recommend this. The automatic transmission in this car just isn't that good, and having that extra control overall for the vehicle is definitely a must here. The gear changes here are absolutely rapid. You are going to be snapping through the gears as fast as possible to keep as much traction as possible, especially on corner exits. So after you've got your assist set up, I fully recommend heading over to the qualifying time ranking, heading to the global leaderboard and loading up one of the replays. This way you can see what the fastest drivers are doing. And for an extra little tip, once you enter the event, head over once again to global ranking and load up one of the ghosts that is close enough to your time so that you can just monitor what it's doing and hopefully beat it. Let's move on to the next section then, featuring the cars themselves. Of course these are tips that will be specifically for both variants of the Honda and Toyota SF23. Now when it comes to the Honda, it is certainly the more high revving of the bunch and it can be a little bit more sketchy. However, it does have great lap potential, and I would say it does have the ability to be the faster of the two. However, with the Toyota, it's definitely more stable, it has much easier gears and you will find yourself changing a lot less overall. However, it can feel a little bit clunky and a little bit weighty at times. Now in terms of the tyres here, we are running the racing softs, which allow you to be on maximum attack pretty much the entire time, and they really don't take very long to actually warm up and get to their best lap time potential. Now assist of course can be useful and will stop these snap on exits. So again, if you're finding the car just breaking away, turn either counter steering assists on or traction control and it should fix that issue for you. And the next thing is beware of curbs. This car is very reliant on the downforce, and riding a curb will pretty much break that and pretty much send you into a spin. So just be as careful as possible. So let's move on to my personal fastest lap so far. Now this is by no means my absolute best, and I'm pretty sure it'll improve by a lot over the coming couple of weeks. However, as you can see, I am using the Toyota variant here, but I do feel the Honda is the better of the two. So the beginning of turn 1 is maximum attack. You then want to go down the gears as low as 3rd for around about a second or so before short shifting back up to 4th. At that point, plant the throttle, head out nice and wide and get ready for the S's. Now this is where it can get a little bit tricky. So 5th gear for the left-hander and then get ready to go down a gear for the right. Then at this point you're going to be wanting to use a lot of throttle control and lifting to just bring yourself through these twisty sections. So keeping it in 4th, up to 5th, and then we're going to drop down once again to 4th. Now again, plant the throttle as hard as possible once you've got the full amount of grip and go as fast as possible to exit the S's. You're then going to go up to the left and get ready for a very, very tricky and fast section. Get it wrong and you'll probably invalidate your lap time. So 6th gear, then we're going to brake into 3rd and once again try and run the curb on exit. If you run it too much, there is a possibility of spinning the car. Then, once again, get ready for this section here. Brake as hard as possible, get it into 1st gear, up to 2nd, and then up to 3rd on exit is usually the best way to attack it. Again, I let the car rev out just a little bit too much there, and it did end up getting a bit of wheel spin. Then you are going to be flat out until the section where I'm losing the most time possible. So it's really not too great for me around here. So once again, 6th into 4th gear, and then we're going to maintain it before dropping into 3rd. Now once again, you want to be revving up as high as possible with a short shift to 4th, bring it out nice and wide, and then get ready to be absolutely flat out. Again, that is the section where I'm losing my most time here. So unfortunately, it's definitely not perfect through there. So we're going to be flat out through the left-hander here and get ready for a very, very heavy braking section. Look for the 100 board, brake as hard as possible, and get yourself down those gears. So as you can see, I will go into 1st. I'm then going to chop up the curb, short shift to 2nd, back to 1st because I did get it a little bit wrong here. And once again, I just let the wheel spin up just a little bit too much, unfortunately. And then we're going to get a decent exit, cut to the right, and that will complete your lap. So there we go, that is the brand new online lap time challenge, and I feel like it is just the perfect combination. The SF23 Super Formula absolutely blasting at maximum attack around Suzuka, which is perhaps one of the best flowing circuits in the world. Like I said, for me, I personally think I could probably improve by maybe a 2nd to a 2.5 seconds at least over the next couple of weeks. And again, when it comes to both variants, I would just go for the Honda because yes, it's more sketchy, but does seem to have that little extra potential with the gearing really suiting the Suzuka circuit. Anyway, a massive thank you to all of my channel members listed on screen now for their continued support. If you do want to join, it is massively appreciated, and a huge thank you to you guys watching at home. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care guys, peace.